Hello and welcome to this episode of Covens and Dragons. We are a coven of crafters who met on the internet, and when the group decided that they wanted to learn how to play D&D, I, your faithful dungeon mistress, also known as Colette, I guess, since I forgot to say my name, took on the brave challenge of leading us through a campaign together. We have been playing for a few months now, and we've got some episodes up on YouTube that we're enjoying sharing with friends and family. We are adults playing an adult game, and as such, this recording comes with warnings for language, drug use, alcohol use, violence, sexual situations, general offensiveness. So if you are a child, this is likely not the game for you to be watching. And with that, we will start with our character introductions, starting with Aniira.
I'm Heather. I play Aniira. I'm a Tiefling rogue assassin with daddy issues.
Atreya.
I'm Allison. I play Atreya Galanodel, a wood elf sorcerer with daddy issues.
Börghildr.
I'm Christine. I play Börghildr Vancehammer, an outlander dwarf barbarian who was raised by wolves and enjoys hitting things with her emotional support hammer.
Coral plays Jillie, who is our Gnomish. No, she's a halfling. Halfling, other rogue, Arcane Trickster. Coral will not be here tonight. Katie plays Nana, who is an actual gnome. Nana's the only gnome, who is our gnomish ranger, with Ali V, who is also unable to be here tonight. And Thalia.
I'm Margaux. I play Thalia Silverthorn, a half-elf cleric who is pious to the point of being annoying.
And Verna.
I'm Jessie. I play Verna Cobblepot, a chaotic bisexual stout plump halfling bard who runs on short patience and baked goods.
Okie dokie. And Margaux is up for recap. What did we get into last session?
As always, it was a more or less of a disaster. And as we were contemplating going CSI Tillendale to the forest and speaking with some of the woodsmen who had found the body, as we were, standing around contemplating that outside the church, there was quite an attack on Atreya, and see that Papa Atreya, or potentially Papa Atreya, was casting spells at us from a unseen location, and we retreated back into a side room of the church, and we're trying to figure out how to deal with this. There were spider webs on the door, and Börghildr took a dose of the elephant and beginning potion. It was 3 hours of duration, and Börghildr has a dick. Not with the dick, but with the foot, Börghildr managed to smash Papa Atreya a couple of times. And we were also contemplating beheading a fake Atreya for a while, I think. Who knows what really happened there? It was some kind of fever dream. And finally killed Papa Atreya, and then took his body around back and burned it. And Börghildr peed all over the fire.
Yep. There was a mangled amputation in there.
Oh, yeah, there was an attempted unhanding?
Unhanding indeed. So, broader spectrum, This is still the day after you guys were in the cobalt mines. Or in the mines hunting kobolds. So this is still... I mean, at this point, you're around lunchtime of that same day. So you have a couple of things that you were talking about maybe doing. You do need to go talk to Algernon's family and or the spiders at some point. Probably. I mean, I'm just laying out options for you guys right now because we haven't mentioned that in a couple of sessions. I heard some mention of speak with dead, potentially. Bishop Maxwell is still in the process of burying the body. So,
Perfect time for it. He's not all the way done yet.
he is not all the way done burying the body yet. No. It's been a very confusing morning for him. Yeah, those are the two main things. Do you guys want to go talk to the spiders, or what are your plans?
Thalia did want to go and do research on the order that Papa Atreya was part of.
Okay.
I think it could be helpful to do our little CSI Tillendale.
Yeah.
Go talk to the people who found the body.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk to the dead and talk to this body before we go looking for the people who found it? Before he's all the way buried?
Let me look at that spell again. Because you can only, he can only answer in, simple... How does the alphabet
it's
work?
it's kind of like how with the animals, it's very
I don't
limited.
think technically the answers have to be simple. It says they're usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. But that doesn't mean that it's monosyllabic. You're dealing with someone who, I guess you don't know, potentially was pretty intelligent in life and has not been dead for long.
If
And we
we
can only ask 5 questions.
if we talk to the woods people first, the people who found him, to get more information, and then come back and dig him up, say tomorrow or whatever, could we still talk to him? Or does he have to be fresh?
It does not have a time limit.
Okay.
He just can't be undead, meaning that, he's turned zombie, I assume.
Right.
Yeah, we can't try and bring him back from the dead and then speak with him. We have to pick one or the other.
It's just like a shell of information rather than a soul or something.
Yeah.
To get philosophical.
How is the bishop going to feel about you digging up a grave after he finishes it, though?
Well, we've never done it before.
That's it's what the middle of the night is for. Haven't you heard of Resurrectionist, Jesse?
No. Remember, I don't do the church thing. It's all giving me the heebie-jeebies.
So do we want to go find the woodsman, ask questions, and then come back in the middle of the night and dig them up?
Or do we want to finish up the mining thing before we do anything else?
I think Nano's going to want to see her spider friends.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Nano had to go preserve her hand.
Well, I think personally that digging up a fresh grave in the middle of the night sounds fun. So let's go talk to the woodsman first.
I mean,
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good to
it's
me.
y'all that have to deal with Bishop Daddy's wrath if he catches us digging it up. So I'm good.
We have to make sure he won't catch us.
I mean, he understands that grief isn't linear and that Atreya knew this person somehow. So we have a little bit of leeway.
Sure.
Atreya's grieving process.
Maybe putting hunting traps in the grave, maybe not.
We just decided that he did need the traps after all. So if we get caught, we're going to have to give up a trap. Put it in there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's the plan.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. What are you guys doing?
Oh, real quick before we move on, I think that we should make a pact that the next time we kill someone and they come back to life, we should talk to them first before we kill them.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like a lesson. Maybe we should absorb from.
Maybe, but maybe we need to gauge their level of danger.
But we also wouldn't have gotten to dig up a fresh grave.
Right.
We would have found a way. You know we would have.
Yeah, probably.
Okie doke.
I'm still huge, remember? So
Verna,
you guys
you're
want to
about-
ride on my back?
Yeah, you guys are.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
We gotta let's. I don't know.
It's the ultimate piggyback ride.
Yeah.
You've got
Get
2
in my back.
hours left of bigness.
Where are these woods guys?
They're down by Clan 2, right?
Yep, they're by the train steers. Let's drop you guys in Tillendale. Bleep, bleep, bleep. This one. And players moved to the map. So, I believe Nano did a check last time to see if she knew these boyos and did not roll very well, but Nano is also not here. And Nano is the only person who lives down in that area. So what is your plan for finding them?
We have their names, right? I think I wrote something down.
You do know their names. That's correct. And you
Well-
know that it's the middle of the day and they are probably working right now.
I mean, if Borgie is big, Borgie can just holler for them.
That's very true. Like in Princess Bride. Where he hollers, "I am the Dread Pirate Roberts," while they're storming the castle.
Exactly, see?
Just with no
Mhm.
castle storming. Because we like this town.
What? So it's like the middle of the summer. What time does it get dark?
Pretty late.
Do we want to wait until they get back from the forest? Or do we just go out there now?
I mean, if we wait till they get back from the forest, then it's going to be late enough that we're not going to, if we want to go investigate the area, it's not going to be as.
And there should be someone, one of the other woodsmen who knows where they would be, right?
Yeah.
We could check. I mean,
We could just go knocking on doors.
yeah, and check. Just
Or there has to be how there was the foreman of the mine. There's probably one of the woodsmen as well.
Yeah.
Let's say we just go and start poking around.
agreed. Come on, everyone, get in my backpack.
Is everyone climbing up, Borgie?
Is
Yeah.
it going to slow Borgie down?
He has extra speed now.
Yeah, you do have extra speed. And you don't really have to travel that far.
I think I got extra or wait, what else did I get? Well, I got extra hit points, but I'm really strong.
Okie dokie. Anyone who wants to climb on Borgie's back can give me an athletics check. Ooh, my computer is toasty.
the most athletic I've been in my life.
No problem for Atreya. Anyone else?
I got an 18.
17. All right, you guys all manage to scramble up Borgie's back, and you do a pretty good job of holding on as she kind of slowly glumps down the main path to the area where the woodsman clan generally lives. So you guys just knocking on doors, or what are you doing?
Can
Well,
we tell if
is there,
their
like-
houses? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there like a place where like, I don't know, they like lumberjacks?
Are you
Like a
guys-
main office type thing, or
Yeah, like a place where they all have to like report into or bring whatever they find or do whatever people do in the woods. I don't know. I'm from the desert.
Sure. There's kind of like a mini square. By the house is like a mini like little park area where a lot of the elderly people and like the kids are. It's kind of like where everyone who's not out in the woods is hanging out.
Do you see like old men playing chess or dominoes?
Um, yeah, you get the equivalent of that. They're kind of throwing rune sticks around and doing little betting. There's definitely some gambling going on about what the smaller children who are underfoot are going to do next.
I'm gonna crouch down so you guys can scramble off.
Okay, no problem.
Are you off?
Yeah. Like a magic school bus.
Yeah.
is there anybody that appears to be like in charge? I don't like
Make a
some sense of
perception
authority.
check.
Let's see here. 13.
You notice that like a lot of these people are just kind of like playing and like hanging out in the park, but there are a couple of men sitting under the awning of one of the cabins that people do like go to speak to occasionally. They might be in charge. They seem to actually be like looking at books and maps and stuff, not just like hanging out.
I say we go ask them. Does anybody remember the names of the guys we're looking for?
Dustin and Asher.
They were the two fellas who found
Yeah.
the body, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna lumber up to them and
Duck under the awning so they can see your
like
face.
crowd into their space. Excuse me, who is in charge here?
In charge? Are you talking about Ainwin? Ainwin's in charge of the clan.
Is there anyone in charge of the people who are out the woodsmen?
Oh, the woodsmen? We kind of keep track of them.
We're looking for a couple who discovered a body earlier, I guess this morning or yesterday.
Oh, Duskin and Asher? Yeah.
Where might we find them?
Well, they do a lot of our scouting, you know. They kind of do the longer loops. They're our fastest scouts. So they do our check on which trees, which areas of the forest are the most recovered, you know. They should actually be coming back soon now. They were a little spooked from finding that body, so we had them do a pretty short lap today.
understandable.
Did they happen to
Do you
mention
know-
anything about finding the body?
Anything? Well, they mentioned that they found a body.
Nothing unusual about the body or how it was found?
I mean, it was a body, which is somewhat
Unusual.
unusual.
Sure.
We find them in the woods, but usually it's people we know that went down the wrong path for one way or another, and we just try to do right by them, you know.
Is it weird that there wasn't any kind of like animal scavenging of the body? Is that something you see pretty often?
Well, you know, there aren't too many predators in the area. Our woodsmen keep it down to a minimum, so and we've got a pretty big presence here, so I don't know that it's unusual with how fresh it was.
So it was fresh, like still warm.
Well, you know, I didn't touch it, but yeah, probably.
What time did they bring it in? Or when did they find it? Do you know?
Oh, sometime in the afternoon yesterday. It took them a while to make up a little sledge and drag the body back. They're very fast, but they're not the biggest boys, you know. It was a lot of work for them to drag it back. They were out pretty far yesterday.
How far would they have been?
Oh, it would take me almost a day to get as far as they were, but my bones are old now. You?
And which direction was it in?
He kind of gestures vaguely in the like south westerly direction. Deeper into the forest.
And do you know how distance wise, if far it would be? Miles, meters? Are we on the standard or metric system?
Oh man, do we have a standard distance of measurement? Goodness.
Well, our movement is done in feet, so I would think what we use feet and miles.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
travel's
we
always
talk
talked about in
miles.
days.
I mean, but we do that in the Midwest too.
Oh, maybe about 10, 15 miles. I'm not exactly sure though.
Okay.
So a really big dwarf could run there with all her friends on her back in an hour?
He kind of eyes you and he's like, oh no, I don't think so. Not through the woods. Maybe if it was an open field and it was downhill and you had a strong wind on your back. Not like when I had to travel into school and it was uphill both ways through snow and, you know.
Sounds like he's from Minnesota.
Sorry,
You
does
know.
it snow in Tillendale? Have we established that? What are the winters like? Can we be snowbirds?
Do you have any
Well-
other questions for our 4-man-ish?
I don't think so, but I kind of feel like we
Ask
should
him
wait
his
around for
name.
the dudes to come back.
We should ask him his name.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
My name is Kulo. And this is my brother, Orak. We keep an eye on the youngins, you know? They don't need much direction, but sometimes a little bit of a guiding compass is useful for keeping them out of trouble.
And how long have you been in these woods?
Us? And they kind of, the brothers like exchange like kind of goofy looks, and they say, "How old are we now? 400? 450? Our whole lives we've been here."
And finding a body like this is never happened before.
Now, we didn't say never. We said it was unusual. We do find bodies, like we said. It's just usually one of ours.
I mean, not necessarily a body, but like a stranger.
It's
An out-of-towner.
happened, but it was a weird part of the woods for a stranger to be in. Usually when we find strangers, they're more on the path and they've been robbed or had something happen to them.
And were there any? I mean, Duskin and Ash, did they mention anything about finding any kind of weapons, like use crossbow bolts or anything?
Oh no, they didn't say that, but we also didn't ask. We let them take it to the bishop. He usually deals with these types of things. Him and Captain Volka will send their reports to whoever they send it to in Yaris, you know. We don't get involved in that.
Understandable. It's messy business.
I wonder if it would, this side note, I wonder if it would make sense to go try to, after we talk to the guys, when they come back, I wonder if it would make sense to go deeper into the woods and try to find where they found the body in case there are more clues.
I think it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
also think
question
it'd
is-
be helpful to have these guys lead us to it.
Mm.
I would agree. I would think, though, that if they were, and I quote, pretty spooked, they might not want to.
Maybe we could trade them for rocks. Or like cinnamon rolls.
But they've also got a giant dwarf that would escort them.
Yes.
Is there anything like, is there any kind of significant markers in the area around where the body was found, like, Wally? No. Like
Landmarks, the Statue of Liberty, a river.
Landmarks? I mean,
Rocks?
it was the woods, you know. I don't know. You'd have to talk to Duskin and Asher. They're the ones that were actually there. We haven't
Okay.
been that deep in the woods in 100 years or more. Who knows what's still there?
I don't know, can you guys think anything else?
Do you know what they were doing when they found the body? Did they say?
They were scouting. Like I said, there are runners. We send them out to look for big trees and areas that have regrown, and they keep an eye out for trouble. Sometimes we get some hunters that get a little bit too close to town for our liking, and we have to tell them what we expect of them, and you know.
And is there any kind of, I've not been in Tillendale a super long time. Is there any legends or superstitions about the woods that would be helpful to know?
About the woods? No, the woods take care of us and we take care of the woods. As long as you don't take more than you need. And definitely don't damage any of the mother trees. That's never, never good news.
No, we can't have trees being sad.
Oh, have you heard of sad trees? That's the troubles. That's the troubles there.
Yes, we have witnessed that firsthand.
Do you guys happen to know anything about a sort of secret society, if you will, an elf order, who may or may not be celibate? They for sure don't breed outside of their order.
One might call it a cult.
Indeed. It might seem cult-like, especially to those of us that live freely.
A cult of elves? Well, I can think of several, you know. That's not unheard of. I mean, some people would call the monasteries cults. There's certainly some weird drow communal situations. The ones in our town are nice, but some of the ones up north are a little bit weirder, you know? More reclusive. But you'd have to be more specific.
Bunch of brothers.
Maybe.
Maybe brothers.
An
They
order of
refer to themselves
brothers.
as brothers.
Brothers. No, I
They
don't
all
think we've
wear
heard
a golden
of that.
oak leaf.
I don't think we've heard of that.
Atreya, show him your brooch.
Atreya shows him the necklace with the 2 oak leaves on it.
I meant the necklace.
The necklace.
I put the brooch on the necklace.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, no, I mean, it's a very nice trinket, but, you know, that doesn't ring a bell. Borgie, you have 1 hour left on your embiggening.
Oh my god. I haven't peed on anything else fun yet.
You let everybody look at it.
What, Aniira?
Have we all taken a look at it yet? I mean,
Nano saw it. That was her first dick.
Okay, well,
Nano also made sure to put that in Nano's notes.
Doesn't surprise me.
we need some way to entertain ourselves while we wait for Duskin and Asher to come back.
What's more fun than standing around in awkward silence?
Helicopters.
There are children on this street.
Many of them.
well, we're in the woods. I mean, we could probably find like a thicket, right? Or like a big tree to lurk behind.
Are
Can
you
I roll
lurking behind the
perception?
tree to pee on the children, or are you lurking behind the tree to not have the children see you?
To not have the children see, but to show my friends.
All right.
Can I roll perception for a tree?
Is anyone capturing this momentous occasion in any way, or are you all just kind of admiring and moving on?
I think I need a song. I think I need to play a song while we're doing it.
Okay, hear me out. Megan Trainor's all about that bass. Replace the word bass with dick.
I mean, I was thinking just like the penis song. but you know.
I was thinking like Short Dick Man song.
All good options.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So around the time that Borgie in Smalls, Duskin and Asher arrive. Sweaty and dirty, but they're there.
Am I still big? Do we know where would we recognize them, or do we need to like, are they wearing name tags?
No, but Orak and Kulo knew that you were looking for them, so when they came by, they'll send them over to you. Because they would check in with Kulo and Orak. Like, I'm not making this hard for you. They know you're looking for them, and they're gonna come see you.
Is it Tulo, like Tulo?
It's Kulo, Culo.
Because I kept hearing Coolio, and I'm like, amazing.
I heard Kumo, like an odd pronunciation of former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's name.
Nope. Kulo and Orak. I'll just pop them in the chat. There you go.
Hey, back to CSI Tillendale.
Yep. Borgie, if you want to be large for this interaction, you can be. If you want to be, you will be small as soon as you're done talking to these guys. Really, whatever you want, just for flavor.
I would like to remain large, please.
Okay. So Duskin and Asher come up to you guys, sweaty and dirty, and they say, so you were looking for us?
Yeah, we have some questions about that body that you found.
They look at each other and both shudder. What kind of questions?
Was the body still warm when you found it?
I mean, yeah.
Or what, did it like move okay, or was it like really hard to move?
No, I mean it was hard to move because it was heavy and we had to move it through the woods really far. But it was pretty fresh.
What did it look like when you found it?
I'll be more specific. Did it look like it had been placed there after the poor soul had died, or like it died at that spot?
Oh, I mean there was a lot of blood under it. I mean we don't normally have to think about that type of thing. I mean, I would guess that he probably died there just based on the amount of blood.
How long do you think it would be if you took us to the spot where you found it?
It would take 3 or 4 hours, probably. Depending upon how fast you can run.
What time is it now?
It's like midday, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly midday.
Would you be willing to take us there if we help protect you on the way?
Protect us from what?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Make you not have to deal with any more dead bodies should we come upon them?
Why would there be any more dead bodies?
Well,
What we're trying to figure out.
yeah, to be honest with you, we need some more information about why this dead body showed up, because someone looking almost identical to it tried to kill us. It didn't work. So now we have 2 dudes that look alike that are dead, but one we killed and one we did not.
You mean like twins? Also, wait, you killed someone?
He tried to kill us first. For the record, we were protecting our friends.
Does Captain Volker
We would do the
know
same
about
for you.
this? You're not supposed to kill
Oh, yes.
people.
Oh, yes, we had permission because this was an especially evil guy.
If they looked reluctant to help you before, they look even more reluctant to help you now. Make a persuasion check, Verna.
Gladly.
Did you find any like crossbow bolts or
25.
arrows?
We didn't
In the
really
area?
look for anything. 25 on the persuasion? Okay, they really don't want to, but you seem to have made an impression that this is important somehow.
Persuasion is my third highest modifier.
Yeah, it would
It's
make sense. You're
charisma,
a
so
bard,
it's-
and it's charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see any bolts, but we also didn't really look for them. We found the body, and then we had to make a sledge to bring it back, and that took a really long time, and we were really tired.
Well, you fellas did a great job, but that's sort of why we want to go back out there and look around a little bit. We just need you to help us find it.
We
Now,
bribe them.
We can go tomorrow.
tomorrow would be nice. We already finished our work for the day, and we're kind of tired.
Do you think anybody could disturb the area between now and then?
I mean, maybe, but it's not really an area that anyone's working in right now. It was pretty
But time is of
unusual.
the essence.
But also, if we go now, it's midday. It's 3 to 4 hours out there. We're going to be camping out there.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4
If
hours.
we go
out,
tomorrow,
and then 3 and 4 hours back.
yeah. If
But
we
we've
go
got
tomorrow,
a body to dig up.
yeah. We dig up the body first, then take a long rest, and go tomorrow.
Also, yes, I could very much use a long rest. I don't have like any spell slots.
We have not taken a long rest since that fight.
Okay. This is okay. Let's go tomorrow then. We'll do the
Okay,
body
so
tonight.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the body in front of
No.
our friends here.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Okay, friends, if I bring you some fresh cinnamon rolls in the morning, would you be willing to take us to that spot in the morning?
I mean, yeah, we'll have to trade our off day, but fine. Or maybe you can tell Kulo and Orak that this is important and this should be our job for tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do that for you. We'll tell them it's order of the church.
That's even better. Then we still get our weekend.
Totally. Let's go talk to them.
So you guys can go talk to Kulo and Orak.
Am I small now?
Yeah, you're back to being small.
What happens when I shrink?
You lose your dick.
Oh man.
I think that was the pressing question.
I figured.
Do your clothes shrink back too? Or are they just really big?
No, her clothes shrinks back. It's pretty nice. It's a very nice and biggening and smallening.
That's very convenient.
I feel like there'd be still a little bit of bagginess in the crotch area in the absence of a dick.
In biggening, in shrinking? Whatever. I can call it what I want. And you've got 2 uses of that potion left, right? So See if you
Now,
remember it now.
Will I get a dick every time, or do I have to roll for a different effect?
You will be rolling every time. You could roll a dick every time.
You could get hot dog fingers like that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That sounds
Or something
horrifying.
Mm.
Or maybe more fun. I don't know.
Maybe ears that will flap and fly you like Dumbo.
Dick ears?
I feel like
Oh,
Maybe.
man.
add that one to the table, Colette.
No, Dick Ears is not getting added to the table. No. The fact that Dick was on it at all was
And of course, we
Was-
got it the first
was an
time.
addition.
All right, so we're talking to Kulo and Orak, and I'm just going to tell them, hey guys, so our friends here were very helpful, and we really need to get to the bottom of where this dead body came from for orders from the church. And we're hoping to have their job tomorrow be to show us the spot, and we'll scope things out while we go, normal scouting, but have that be the destination and back tomorrow. Would that be okay with you?
No funny business, you know?
No, none at all. And, you know, I'm bringing cinnamon rolls for the boys. I'd be happy to bring you some too.
Oh, and they look at each other. Oh, yes, this can be their job tomorrow. They're good boys. Take good care of them.
What time do they usually start their wooding?
Well, you're the one doing their work orders for tomorrow. Why don't you talk that over with them? We let them start later or earlier, depending upon how far they need to go and how well they've done recently.
Are these like nearly children boys, or like take them to the inn and have a couple beers with them tonight
They're
kind of boys?
like teenagers on the cross country team, basically.
I feel like I
That
really
sounds-
want to be like children.
Mhm.
No, they're too young to drink.
What is the drinking age in Tillendale?
I think it
I
would.
feel like it would be
above
like,
the bar.
yeah, it would have to be like race dependent, right? Because like
Yeah.
as an
Like-
elf, I didn't reach adulthood until like almost 100.
And I don't know if Nano's even there yet.
Yeah. So like as a like young adult, I'm 100 and 105.
Nano's definitely had beer. Nano's definitely gotten drunk, hasn't she?
I had beer before I was 21 too. That's
I
not
think
the
she
point.
did. I feel like she did at the strip club. Didn't she?
Oh, minors generally aren't allowed in strip clubs either. We've really,
Well,
It didn't sound like they were checking the door.
yeah.
We just kind of walked in there.
So let's meet at.
Asking the little Duskin and Asher what time they normally would get started.
Oh, you know, like noon or so. The bosses usually let us sleep in.
No.
No, I think we're gonna have to start a little bit earlier.
The cinnamon rolls are freshest by like 8 a.m.
They kind of look at each other and they have that like shit-eating grin, like the oh man, they know, and they're like, oh, I guess we can get up early for you guys just once.
Okay, why don't we meet here at 8 tomorrow?
Okay.
Run along now, children.
they'll wander off.
What should we do until it's time to dig
think
up the
we'll-
body?
I think we lost Colette.
Oh, am I not
dang.
here?
Oh, she
Fine
froze.
for me.
She frozy. She frozy like a pizza in the
I'll be right back.
Man, stupid internet. Do I have the thing plugged in? Oh, it's unplugged.
back.
There we go.
Yay!
What do you want to do now?
I mean, it's probably too early to start digging a grave.
Yeah.
It's
And
only
it's
about 1
probably-
or 2 o'clock, so definitely still light out.
Could we long rest now and get up and dig the grave before we go meet up with the dudes?
I think that would be your best option because after, like, if it's getting dark at say like 10 o'clock, like it does in the summer here, like we're not gonna have time
10
to long rest
o'clock?
after. I'm sorry.
It
What
doesn't
time does it get dark there?
Like 7:30, 8
In the s-
o'clock?
Oh, I guess that's right. When we lived in Mobile, it's like 8:30. Yeah, no,
You
here
said
it's like
10
9:30.
o'clock?
9:30,
Yeah.
10 o'clock. Yeah, we are significantly farther north than you.
Yeah, but I grew up in Iowa. You can't be that much further north than that, and wasn't that late.
We're also in a
Eastern.
different place in the time zone than Iowa is in the central time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
like both of
Alright.
those things. Yeah.
So, like in New York, it's light even later.
Yeah.
In St. Andrews,
That's
it's stayed
wild.
light until like 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Really fucked me up.
Time is
It's
dumb.
Alaska bullshit.
Yeah, I think we should long rest now so that we can dig up a grave, then
I agree.
Yeah,
continue with our episode of CSI Tillendale.
sneak out there at 3 a.m. to dig up the grave. Colette, that's a face. What's happening?
Did somebody just puke?
Yeah, one of the cats is doing something very foul, and I'm trying to make sure he's not gonna do it on the rug.
I knew that face. I made that
Yep.
face yesterday. One cat went on the rug and one cat went on the floor.
Yeah.
Why do they always aim for the rug?
Right? Like the hardwood is right next to it.
Right.
Because they're little
I
jerks.
think we're in the clear. Okay, so the plan is to try to rest now and then dig your body up in the later times.
Get up at like 3 a.m. to go dig up the body and then be done with that in time to meet with the boys at 8.
Yeah, you guys can do that. Are you guys all going home?
Are we
Yeah.
having a sleepover?
Yes.
I mean, let's just sleep at. Can we sleep at the church? Or the inn or wherever's close?
You.
I mean,
would
the
be
church
able to
is right
sleep at
next to the
church if you
cemetery.
wanted to.
Isn't Bishop Daddy going to feel kind of weird about us just conking out in the pews at
Haven't we done it
have,
before?
like, room
3 in the
Yeah.
afternoon?
there.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah,
there's,
some
like,
of us live
dorms,
there.
and there's areas for people to spend the night. Like it's all set up as like a meeting hall, guest hall. There's plenty of spaces for you guys to sleep.
Okay. So not conking out in the pews.
Nope.
Got
Börghildr
it.
would sleep outside. Börghildr doesn't care.
Yeah. Maybe not outside where there's dead bodies, but sure.
Börghildr is not scared.
Borgie's got big dick energy right now, even though it's
Yes.
gone.
Is Atreya scared?
No.
Mm.
Atreya also doesn't sleep. She meditates.
Mm.
And also, she meditates in the room next to Thalia. So, like, kind of like always having backup.
With Bishop Daddy nearby without a shirt on.
Also, it's
Yeah.
daytime. I can sleep in a graveyard if I want to.
Just leaning up against one of the headstones.
Or like on those like have you seen the graves with like the raised platforms, just like one of
Mhm.
those?
A big stone slab.
Very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So you're camping out in the graveyard.
Just Borgy.
Just Borgy. And the rest of you are going to one of the dorm rooms in the church to take a nap. Specifically, you guys want a long rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm feeling some kind of way about leaving Borgy by herself. And I'm not real comfortable in the actual church. So
Mm.
sleep over in the graveyard with Borgy.
You all
Under
can do
a
whatever
tree,
you
if
want. I'm going
possible.
to my room.
Yeah, same.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to go inside with Atreya and Thalia and find one of the beds because I'm used to feather mattresses.
Mm. Oh, in your fancy mansion at your dad's house.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Unfortunately, these are
sorely
not as
disappointed.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are definitely not as nice, but they're better than being outside. Okay, so it's about 2 o'clock by the time you guys make it there. And a long rest it has to be at least 6 hours, I believe. So you guys can, let's say 8 hours, you guys can wake up at about 10 o'clock.
This sounds like perfect time to do some research.
I'm poking around the
Research
graveyard
how?
to see what's
Go
going
to the
on.
library. I'm assuming the church has a library.
The church has a small library.
Nope, we
Yeah.
lost Colette again.
Damn it.
There we go.
Yep, the church has a small library. Mostly religious texts.
To the library.
What are you looking
Just
for?
me unless anyone else wants to come.
Borgy, I'm thinking I'm poking around looking at names on gravestones, like making fun of names, finding the silly ones, you know?
Samesies.
You guys would know most of the people who were buried here. Or at least their family members.
Perfect.
Some of us did quite a bit of their grave digging too.
Mm-hmm. Talia, what are you looking for in the library?
Any kind of information on like elf sex. I can't say that word.
Sex. Sex?
Yes.
Pick a different one.
I can't think of any right now.
Cults, communes, organizations,
Affiliations? I don't know.
I like sex.
brotherhoods,
Families.
fraternities.
Mm.
Ooh,
Pretty sure-
fraternities.
It's in the erotica section, so check there
The
first.
church library.
There's some scandalous things in the Bible.
Very true. Anything that would have any information about like religious orders. There we go. I thought of another word.
There you go. Make an investigation check.
Plus, isn't your the goddess of nature or something? Sex is natural.
D20.
Okie dokie. You find a book titled Religious Extremists.
Hmm.
Subtitle.
Is there anything in the book about it?
Well, subtitle is How to Approach. And you're looking for mentions of the Brotherhood?
Or the order?
or the Order. Okay. So you find mentions of multiple different little, I guess I don't want to call them all cults, um, different branches of people who are living far. So there's some discussion of some of the monasteries, and it's much less of a like the title makes it sound like a guide for conversion. It's much less a guide for conversion, and much more of a like discussion of um, what the positives of each individual order are, right? Like, so it'll be like these people worship a different god of nature, and because of that they have slightly different rituals. You know, it's let's think of, there is nothing about the brotherhood or the order in this book.
Is there any like kind of local peninsula island history?
Sure. You could find a couple of books on history of the island.
Would there be anything about like a breakaway group of elves that just like wanted to peace out?
Okay. You look through a couple of books on Athos, and you find some mention of Caliph being formed by Drow who migrated there to be on their own. You find mention of uh, a couple of different kind of like hippie-ish communes heading into the hills and the mountains around Whisperleaf. But nothing that sounds like the Brotherhood or the Order.
Did you, Thalia and or Atreya, ever research Atreya's oak symbol?
No, that is a good play. That is a good thing to try to
Yeah.
look up, like symbology. No, I don't have to.
Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. You can look up the oak leaf if you want.
Wonder if that's what the dead guy was going to tell us about before we smashed him.
The second time.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you searching for information on this oak leaf?
Would there be like a symbology guide that's like connecting symbols to gods?
Ooh, interesting. Yes, that does exist. And you wouldn't have much problem finding this one. This looks like it's a very well used book by Bishop Maxwell. And it's a pretty hefty one, too. And there are all types of symbols and all types of gods. And there is a whole section on nature gods that has been clearly bookmarked. And a lot of them use trees, a lot of them use leaves, a lot of them use oak trees specifically, but you do not see any that have an oak leaf listed as their symbol.
That's odd. Was there like, would there be any kind of like page missing or anything?
Make an investigation check.
Seven.
No, you don't see anything missing in the book. No sign of any pages. I mean, oak leaf is mentioned, but it's always with something else. It's always oak leaf and pine cone, oak leaf wrapped around a mistletoe branch. You know, there's clearly references to oak in the book, just not a leaf on its own.
Hmm. And I mean, oak leaves are very, very distinctive, right? There's not like anything you could mix it up with.
Yep.
What was on the buttons that I stole off of this dude? Were they just plain gold buttons or did they have something on them?
I thought they were
Oh, just kidding. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought they were just plain buttons. Did I say that they had something on them?
I
The
can't
amulet
remember, but-
had writing on it,
Oh, yeah.
and it was a sun, but the sun darts were poison darts. The rays were darts. There we go.
Are you looking for that symbol?
Yes.
Okay. You see a bunch of sun and sun-ish type sigils of the deity in the deity book, and you do find one that is a sun with arrows for rays. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty close.
Does it say anything about luck?
This is a god associated with resurrection.
Interesting.
And the afterlife. Any other items you want to investigate while you're in the library?
Not that I can think of right now. I'll think of something really good at like 2:00 this morning when I should be sleeping.
What about snowflakes?
It's snowflakes.
Atreya has a snowflake scar on her shoulder that she doesn't know how she got. Or a scar shaped like a snowflake, specifically a 6-pointed snowflake.
There are a couple of sigils that have snowflakes in them or are snowflakes. Mostly kind of just associated with generic nature gods. Or occasionally a weather god or goddess.
That's all I can think of.
Okay. Who was outside? Verna and Börghildr. You guys wake up. And your friends haven't joined you yet. What are you doing?
Poking around, looking at tombstones.
Still?
Yeah, waiting for our friends.
Okie doke.
They gotta come out here eventually to dig a grave, right?
Yeah. Everyone inside, are you joining?
Yeah. Should we wait? Like it's still like 10:00, right? Is that what we said?
It's probably like 10:30, 11 by the time you finish digging through all those books.
I'll catch Atreya and Aniira up since they're both inside about what I found.
Okay.
I think we should wait until it's like a little bit later until like most people in the town who would oversee someone digging up a grave would be asleep.
Isn't the graveyard sort of protected though? There's like a fence and that shed thingy.
I mean, the fence is like picket, like
Oh.
2 sticks, 2 logs, 2 like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like privacy fence.
That's
It's like
true.
a graveyard fence.
And it is starting to get dark, but it is the summer, and people tend to stay out later in the summer.
Can we look at art so that we're like looking at graves and seeing if there's anything we recognize or whatever? Can we look for oak leaves? Like on the
Sure. Make a investigation check.
$17.
No oak leaves on the gravestones.
Dang.
Make a nature check, Börghildr.
$7. Oh, sorry. Should be 7. I clicked it twice.
Yep, nope, nothing. Anything else you guys want to check on, or are you just kind of chilling out in the graveyard? So time passes, and when do you want to start digging your person back up, I guess?
I'm waiting for Atreya's lead, someone's lead that knows when the bishop would be asleep.
I mean, also not like we're using a backhoe.
Yeah. So none of the bishop's quarters windows look out on the graveyard. His rooms are kind of in the front of the church. So as long as he's in his quarters, he wouldn't be able to see you guys right now.
Is there any like is there any kind of houses close by that have lights on and windows still?
Make a perception check.
Does anyone have like a darkness spell or like a cloaking spell or a heavy
I don't
fog?
think anyone picked up darkness.
19.
19 for perception. All of the houses in the area, I mean, there's still a couple of fires glowing through the windows, but you can definitely tell that the fires are starting to burn down for the night. People are very much winding down.
Yeah, now's probably a good time.
Let's do it.
Okay, who is digging the hole? I'd assume Atreya has her shovel.
Yeah.
Anyone else helping?
Atreya also goes into the shed and gets a second shovel.
Okay,
She has more than 1 shovel.
I would
Or
agree.
he will take the second shovel.
Börghildr's helping. Okay, I need... Are you guys trying to be... You're trying to not get seen, right?
I mean, probably not be great to have someone just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Okay, so everyone, let's make stealth checks to see how quiet you are as you wander around the graveyard and prepare to dig up this body.
21.
3.
Oh no, not doing good. I'm 6.
15.
Ooh, woof. Okay, so everyone who's watching is being pretty quiet. You guys are kind of just standing there and it's fine. Börghildr and Atreya start out like they get like one shovel in. But then they start kind of huffing and puffing. And Aniira and Thalia and Verna, you guys can hear them, and they're kind of getting loud. They're shoveling a little bit too close together, and their shovels are clanging together.
Aniira, maybe you should shovel.
Yeah, maybe I should
Stealthy.
take,
Yeah, I got a 21. I'll take a shovel too. We'll tap out and take turns.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tap out and make turns. Okay.
I have barely any strength, so I'm just gonna be the lookout.
Are you
You
guys
supervise.
doing anything to help be more stealthy?
Not shouting at my friends. Not playing my instrument loudly.
Sitting quietly on the grass,
Sitting
Ooh.
quietly.
minding my own business.
Verna, maybe you should, someone who plays an instrument could go like to the front of the church and play.
It's gonna wake a bunch of people
That'll
up.
wake
That's
people
the last thing
up.
we need.
No,
The bagpipes would wake them
quietly.
up, but the bagpipes would totally wake them up. But if I take my pan flute up front
See?
and did a little lullaby, I have high efficiency in performance and may just put everybody to sleep.
Ooh.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right, make a performance check, Verna.
I was thinking it would just cloak the sound of our, clanking shovels and whatever, but I like this lullaby thing. That's good.
14.
14. Okay. Not quite good enough. It'll probably provide some buffers, so you guys will be making this check just normally and not at disadvantage from your bad ones. So everyone make another stealth check, except for Verna, because Verna's not trying to be stealthy anymore. Five.
Oh my God, Borgie.
10.
10. Okay, so Aniira is shoveling. Who's shoveling with Aniira? Atreya still?
Yeah, since Verna is playing the pan flute.
Yeah, Börghildr got herself kind of winded doing that shoveling. Don't know what was up with that. Maybe some after effects from the embiggening spell or something. Who knows? And it's just like off to the side after she hands her shovel off to Aniira, like hacking up a lung and like just like panting like really loudly.
Can I try a different song?
I probably have an herb for that.
Are you trying to medicine Börghildr?
Yes.
Okay, what are you giving her?
I don't know, like chamomile? Is that what, like in honey?
An inhaler, an asthma inhaler.
Is there an albuterol plant you got around here?
Make a medicine check, Thalia, for whipping up something for athletic performance, something? Athletic enhancements?
18.
Yeah, that'll help Börghildr out a little bit. Verna, you're still doing your performance?
Yeah, but can I pick a different song and roll again and see if my second song is better?
Yeah, make another performance check.
Bold of you to assume it's going to be better.
Better. 23.
All right,
Ooh.
everyone can make this next round of stealth checks with advantage.
Ooh, hell yeah, 18.
Finally. 13 for Atreya, that's okay. 27 for Aniira.
And
10? Okay.
yeah,
Thalia, like, definitely makes some noises putting away the medicinal pouch, but nothing too bad this time. And that's enough checks to get this grave undug. The dirt hasn't really had time to settle and get packed in there, so it's not super hard to dig up. So you've got a body.
Before we cast the spell, do we think we should figure out what 5 questions we're going to ask first?
Yes, we should figure out our questions. The first one being, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
The second, who killed you? No. We know who killed. Why?
Do we know?
Well, I'm just assuming that it's the other.
Atreya.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the father?
Ooh.
You got to be more specific. Are you the father of
Of
Atreya?
Mori.
Mhm.
Have to go on Mori.
Mhm.
What's the oak leaf mean?
Or what's the order?
Yeah, how far did he have to travel to be here?
Remember, the spell doesn't cause any compulsion for them to speak the truth.
It also only lasts 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, but isn't D&D time like football time where 10 minutes in the game lasts like 2 hours in real life?
The way you guys play, yeah.
Yeah.
3 sessions later, the
So-
same day.
So I think we should craft our questions to try to get the most truth. Like if the order is a secret society, he's probably not going to tell us much of anything about it. Or if he knows he was killed because he was a dad when he wasn't supposed to be with anybody outside of the order, is he going to admit to that?
How about why are you here?
Yeah, I would think that more effective than how far did you have to travel would be why are you here? Why did you come to Tillendale?
Since we've killed Atreya, it's not like we're going to look for the order, right?
Yeah.
We still have to figure out how to try to trick him into thinking Atreya's dead.
Why?
Because they're just going to keep sending people after.
Do we know that though?
It's an assumption.
We don't. We don't know for sure because we could have killed the only person that knew about the secret.
Potentially.
Either way, that's a problem for another day.
Or a potential question for this one. Like, are we in danger of any more people coming to try to kill us from your order?
Can we ask him one question and then like have a side huddle to plan our next question? Or I
We
guess
only
don't
have
that much
10
time.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have to be fast.
Because once you cast it, it can't be done on the same corpse for another 10 days. So like we got 10 minutes and that's it.
Yeah. Well,
He's
for
gonna be
sure,
stinky in 10 days.
for sure, why are you here? I feel like will give us quite a bit of information. Or like, why did you come to Tillendale?
What do we have so far for questions?
Who are you?
Come to Tillendale.
Who are you? Are you Atreya's father? What is the oak leaf / what is the order? Why did you come to Tillendale? And then, are we still in danger? Is Atreya still in danger?
I lost count.
That's
More than
It's
6.
5. Yeah, we're at 7. Well, 6. Because far did you have to travel got changed. So we're at 6.
Do you think the answer would include the why are you here would include if he was Atreya's father or not?
It could. We also, it doesn't matter who he is if Atreya doesn't know her dad's name.
I'm going to turn my camera off so I stop giving you hints. Because my facial expressions are suspect. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Okay, what question are we cutting?
I feel like
If he's
I
not
think-
compelled to tell the truth, then I think he won't tell us what the order is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also may be answered by why are you here? Why are you here?
There's also the possibility that an answer to a previous question will give us more questions.
yeah.
And we'll want to eliminate more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with that.
Atreya, are you going to talk to him?
No.
I was going to ask if the person who casts the spell has to do the questions.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does it say
Because
that?
the other thing is that he
Does say
won't
that.
answer. What is it?
Doesn't know anything about what happened after he died.
And it
It's the
won't.
only limitation
It's
that I'm
not
seeing.
compelled to answer if it perceives you as an enemy. Or if you're hostile to it.
Yeah, you can't force them to answer, and you can't force them to answer truthfully.
Yeah.
So just in case he recognizes you, Atreya, even if someone else can answer ask the questions, I think Thalia should ask. And I think you should be kind of step back in the shadows a little bit.
I would
So-
agree.
Just hop down in the grave with the dead body?
Yeah.
Do you have to get in the grave with him?
Isn't it touch,
No.
right?
It's 10
It's 10 feet.
Oh, just kidding.
Sheesh.
I mean, you can get down in there if you want to.
Nah, I'm good. I just thought it was a touch.
We
What?
burned a body like 12 hours ago. What are you scared of?
Not being able to get back out.
Oh, okay. That's fair. We have 50 feet of rope, though. We could get you.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So you're casting Speak with Dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Uh,
I'm setting up my questions. I'm
Dead-
taking notes in Katie's document for her.
Dead Daddy 1 sits up and opens his eyes and looks at you, Thalia.
Hello. Why are you here?
The master sent me on a mission.
Already, I want to change the question.
Yeah.
I can't think of quick. What's another one of the questions?
I don't know.
Oh,
Who are you?
Is that what Thalia is asking?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am JR 32.
What was your mission here?
To find and eliminate an error that was discovered.
ask him if his mission was complete or if we're still in danger.
He doesn't know what happened after. He was killed, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has no knowledge
What?
of what happened after.
You could ask him about the error.
You know the error. The error
Yeah.
is me.
yeah, I think we can assume that.
What is the oak leaf a symbol for?
What is the oak leaf is the symbol of, I want to phrase this, our brotherhood. And he closes his eyes and lays back down.
Well,
For clarification for Katie's notes, I am what R32? Is that a J?
Yeah, JR 32.
Okay.
so what did we learn? We learned he's got a weird name.
Got a weird name.
He
was
sounds
sent-
like a robot.
By the master.
There's a master.
To find and eliminate the error that was discovered. So at some point they discovered that I still exist.
But if he was sent to find the error, then maybe he wasn't the one who committed the error like we thought originally.
Yeah.
We don't know how he died.
Well, he wouldn't have known that either.
I mean, yeah.
No, I know.
I mean, he got stabbed like 8 times, so we can assume stabbing.
I mean, we did a magical autopsy, but we don't know why he died.
Yeah. We can assume that the other guy killed him, but if he was sent to find and destroy the error, then why was the other guy also? And why did he kill the first guy?
Was he trying to destroy you or was he trying to knock you out and kidnap you?
He said find and eliminate.
No. Daddy Treya. Did he kill Robot Daddy because he was trying to prevent Robot Daddy from killing you?
Because
Or
the second guy
did he want
didn't
to
sound
take
like
you
a
out
robot.
himself? Did he want to take you out himself?
Is there a bounty on my head? How did they find out about me?
Well, we have no more questions.
10 days to decide on the next
No.
set of
Okay.
questions.
We do
It
have a
doesn't-
second body.
It doesn't specify.
No, we burned it.
You burned
What-
it.
It doesn't
And peed on
specify
it.
it though. It doesn't specify that
talk
he
to
still
dirt.
has to. You can talk to
And
a
ash.
skeleton.
It does. It says it has to have a mouth.
Oh, just kidding.
But a skeleton would still have a mouth. A bonfire isn't hot enough to completely destroy a skeleton.
Can we go investigate our bonfire?
We
Yeah,
need
what
to.
if-
We need to put the dirt back in this grave first.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I cast? Can I do the mending cantrip?
I thought we said
Would
that
that work?
only would work for a 1 foot.
Oh, damn it! You're right. You're right. I forgot about that. Sorry.
So you guys want to shovel the dirt back on this grave?
What
Yeah.
would Daddy Bishop do if we left it?
Two of us would like to not lose our housing.
How would he
We're
know
gonna
it
put
was
the dirt-
you?
Yeah, how would he know it was you?
I'm the only grave digger in this town.
Surely
You didn't do
someone
half
else
the
owns a
digging.
shovel.
Better safe than sorry. Let's fill in the grave.
Yeah.
Well, while someone is, whoever's filling up the grave, can another person go and investigate our bonfire? See if there's bones still.
Do you guys want
Specifically
to
a
do that
mouth.
tonight, or do you want to save that for next week? I'm happy to go a little bit later if you guys want to finish this up. Otherwise, covering up the body could be a stopping point for this week.
Yeah, let's pause and
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick it up next
So
week.
let's
Yeah.
finish with stealth checks to rebury this body from whoever is doing it. Börghildr. Atreya, are you sitting this out and letting Börghildr and Aniira do it?
Yep.
Okay.
I just hand over my shovel.
Atreya's
I'm
a
at
little
it.
shaken and needs some assistance, I would suppose. Okay, but you guys can get the dirt back on relatively easy. Okay, and then we will stop for tonight, and we will pick up next week with you guys going to investigate where you burned the body. Housekeeping. My plan for now is we will run this until we finish. Hopefully this finishes around the time that Coral will be available again, and then we will jump backwards in time, finish the Pog arc up, and then we'll take a short break, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks to give my brain a little bit of a break. And then over the summer, I want to run unrelated one-shots. And to pitch this, I'm going to get you guys starting thinking about your characters now. You are all going to be at a magical school. So everyone needs to choose a caster character. And I'm not going to require that it be a class that you aren't already playing, but I would recommend it just so you can see. And basically my thought is over the summer, we'll have more of a break in between sessions because people are going to have stuff going on. And we'll just run these like one-shots. And it'll be kind of like, I hate to reference
Magic
Harry Potter,
school.
but everyone knows Harry Potter. It'll be like the big events that happen at the end of the year every year in Harry Potter, basically. So we'll just skip through the year to the end of the following year, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm planning for the summer. Just something a little bit lighter. That if people are busy and they miss a week, it'll matter a lot less, if that makes sense.
A little bit less daddy issues.
A little less daddy issues and a little bit more making everyone get used to some of the abilities that other people have. I think it's nice. Okay. With that, we are wrapping this session up. If you are watching this, thank you so much for watching. We play on Wednesday nights and try to get episodes up Wednesday or early Thursday. So if you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe and join us next